You have an idea for a home-based business. Maybe it's a craft or a hobby you've been into for years. Your friends and your family, they've told you how much they love the product or service, and you're now ready to get it out there into the marketplace and build a business. There's a lot to do, so here are some planning steps to help you get things organized and to keep you from becoming overwhelmed. Welcome to Morning Tea.
Hi, I'm Joanne, business owner and entrepreneur, licensed yacht helmsman, mother, grandmother, and musical artist.
When I started one of my first businesses, I was able to convert the garage to a workplace and bootstrap the entire enterprise. We built the company, which was a portraiture studio with sweat equity, and we grew out of that garage to a storefront on the main street of our city, and just a few years later, sold it. We had no debt, we made a great profit. Operating your own business gives you flexibility with your family and your personal life. It gives you control over your work environment, your finances, and your future. So step one, consider the journey. You need to consider carefully what's coming. Entrepreneurship is not the glamorous Mai Tai on the white beaches with your laptop that you've seen in the glossy advertising. Well, at least not for a while. It's long hours. It's a roller coaster ride. And that's why it's really important that you're passionate about your service or product and you're committed to it. The first step is to consider if you have the stamina and the endurance to see this through to success. Can you take the hits? Can you pick yourself up after a failure or a huge disappointment? There's nothing wrong, and there's no shame in a 9-to-5 job where you go home and you leave all the worries at the office with your employer. As an entrepreneur, all the worries are on you. But the potential for growth is tremendous, and the effort will be well rewarded when you're successful. Get something down on paper. Generally, you will not need a multi-page, full-blown business plan unless you're seeking investment or a loan. This is how the investors will get to know who you are and what your vision is. They'll determine from that whether it's going to be worth their while. Probably for you, from home, you'll just need a simple vision statement. It's a great start. Write out a description of what this is all about, where you see it going, what's the product, what problem does it solve for my clients, how will I find my clients, what equipment will I need to get things going. You won't have all the answers at first, but write everything down. Write down the questions that come to mind and determine where you will go next to get those questions answered. You know, it's really amazing how if you get your ideas out of your head and onto paper, you free up your mind again to receive other ideas. Gets you thinking. Check out my video, How to Start a Business. There's 10 great tips there. And step 3, get your name picked out for your business. Do some general research. You can go to a place like GoDaddy.com to see if that name is available and then reserve it. Type the name into Google, see what comes up. Are other businesses already using that name? Do a search with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. At this point, you might need an attorney to help you with the trademark if you have any concerns about the name at all, because you can get into big trouble if you use someone else's trademarked name. And then check with the social sites like Facebook and Instagram, places where you want to represent your business, and make sure that no one else is using that name. There will be costs to get the business operating, startup costs. Your state will have licensing, registration fees. Each state has different requirements, and you should check with your Department of Revenue for getting your sales tax permit. Don't skip this one, I'll tell you. There are nasty penalties for failing to pay your sales tax on time. If it's a product, you will need a supply of inventory. What will be your marketing budget? Today, there are so many ways to market online through social media sites. The cost can be little to nothing as you get the ball rolling. Check out YouTube for some really great videos on best internet marketing practices. And don't forget about your website. This will be the central hub for your online presence. You know, social media platforms come and go, but your domain name and your website, they're fixed. And all the other sites and platforms will link out from there. There are places like Wix where you can get a free website and beautiful templates to get you going. With your EIN, you'll be able to set up a bank account. And this will be used exclusively for business transactions. Keep all your personal things separate in separate accounts. The business credit card you'll have, just use it for convenience only. Don't make any charges that cannot be paid off by the end of the month. Getting your EIN is a pretty straightforward process. You can do it at the IRS website. You will need to decide how to set up your business legally for income tax reporting. This can be complicated, and it's critical that you consult with your tax professional or business attorney. You can run into big problems later if you don't set things up correctly now. Most businesses today are set up as limited liability companies for personal asset protection, and you will decide whether you are most commonly a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation. In our course, How to Structure and Choose Your Business Entity, we go into depth on the options and how to decide which is the best for you. See the link below in the comment section. You'll need to set up your accounting systems with your bookkeeper, or better yet, take a class and learn how to do it yourself. As a business owner, you absolutely need to know all your numbers. We use a program called QuickBooks, which is user-friendly, and it's a wonderful small business accounting solution with lots of room to grow. And then decide on how you want to be seen by your clients. Pick a color scheme, pick fonts, design your logo, and use these items across the board. Your website, your social media pages, your printed advertising materials, and this will allow your customers to quickly recognize every time you post, and it will allow you to stand out above the noise of the feed. Research other businesses and see how they use design elements to create their own unique brand identity. Starting your own business is so exciting, and all the hard work can bring you that Mai Tai on the sandy white beach. Stay out of debt if you can, get wise, experienced counsel early on. Are you dreaming about starting your own business? Tell me about it. Put it into the comment section below. I'd love to hear all about your dream. Thank you so much for being here. Every week we put out multi-millionaire lifestyle tips for inspiration on your journey to an outrageously successful life. So subscribe to this channel, go over to joannejolie.com and sign up to be on our official mail list, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.